Chubstep.
Jrad.
Creating the oil of judgment.
Steed. Chubstep.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
Captain, got a second?
It's Captain.
What did I say?
Captain? Like Captain Crunch?
All right, but to be fair, Captain Crunch was a war hero and the primary male role model in my house growing up, so...
Hallelujah, holla back. Hallelujah, holla back.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And the show has started.
And welcome back. Season 2, episode 2. We are back with another episode of Chubstep.
That's right. Chubstep is in the house.
It's very topical, Steve. Very topical. This is a last-minute pivot for the listeners to keep it topical.
Yep.
We'll get to
Well,
it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We don't have to start right away.
No.
You want to go in before we jump into our huge topic today?
Okay. This is, I guess, just one quick side note before we get into the topic.
Okay.
Steed, you and Nava in Chubstep 500 had mentioned a lot of Chappell Roan. It had been brought up multiple times, and I was kind of like, hey, I don't know. I don't get it. Here's the deal.
What?
I'm getting to this. When I went to the wedding when I was a week and a half ago in New York, there was a live band there playing. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of mixed on live bands typically at weddings. I think a DJ works usually better most of the time. This band had 3 different singers, so they could have a wide variety of music that they did.
Okay, that's good.
And there was one girl that did really good pop music. And they did Pink Pony Club.
Wow.
And keep in mind, at least a third of the people there were gay men.
Okay, so they probably enjoyed it.
Yes. So when you have that going on, Chappell Roan playing, that's the crowd. Everybody is singing Pink Pony Club at a wedding. I finally got it. I got Chappell Roan.
That's what it took?
I understand it. I finally get it.
Yeah. I mean, for me, my moment was I was on a beach alone fishing. I drank a bottle of wine. And, there's a waterfall behind me. Pink Pony Club was on. And I was like, I was taken to another plane of existence. And I want to go back there.
Good. Give it time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad you came around.
Yes. I just wanted to throw that out there. Not that I never been openly against it. Now I finally understand it.
I just want to be pure.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, let's get into it. Let's get to the topic here. We're talking, of course, because this is brand new.
Breaking news. Pope's dead. But we killed him. I mean, somebody did.
Somebody killed him.
Arthritis, maybe. I don't know.
Either way, there's a new pope. He's in town.
He's in your town. He's from your town.
He's from my town. This is the crazy thing. First U.S. Pope.
First U.S.
American
Pope. Pope Leo, the number. I don't know. He's got some bullshit number.
The 14th.
He's the 14th? Okay.
Leo the 14th.
I mean, get a new name, you freaking boner. How many names are out there? How many popes have there been? There's been about 200.
I actually have all this.
Or something.
It's actually 265, Steve. The reason you think 266 is because Pope Benedict the Ninth was Pope 3 times. So sometimes they double count him or triple count him in the list. But it's actually been 265 popes.
Okay. Well, do you want me to give a quick the new Pope overview, or do you want to? How should we do this? Pope, you want to do your stuff first?
Yeah. Give people something topical. Start with the fun stuff. Then I'll get into the old stuff.
All right, I got some fun Pope stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so we got this Pope, right? I'm just gonna blast them. People are like, "Oh, it's Pope episode." I'm gonna tune off. So I'm gonna reel them in here with some fun ways that popes have died.
Yeah.
Because this last one died in just a boring. He's kind of lame. When I think of a pope, I think of a medieval guy
Sure.
because they still dress like that, and they're ridiculous. They
Yes.
wear their stupid robes, get some modern suits or something. It would look way better. People would respect it a lot more. You'd probably get more members. 1.4 billion Catholic members. I don't know who's making those numbers. It seems like too much. Okay. Anyways, fun Pope deaths. Do you know what being traditionally martyred is?
I don't, because I also was looking at Pope deaths, and a lot of them are listed as martyred. I
Yeah,
always thought, my assumption, I used to think that martyr was like you got killed because of your religion.
Yeah, I thought of martyred as like somebody that gets killed for their beliefs, and then other
Yeah.
people are like, he's a martyr. We got to
Yes.
fight for his.
That's what
memory.
I'm saying. That's what I just said.
Yeah. So being traditionally martyred, I guess you get upside down crucified.
Okay. Yes.
So like Saint Peter, he was the
First
OG.
pope.
He was the first pope. C67, Common Era 67.
Yep.
He got upside down crucified. So first pope, Saint Peter. I guess it did not go so well.
Yeah.
Multiple popes have been upside down crucified, or just crucified. Maybe not
Yes.
upside down. So I mean, not a good time to be a pope between the years 0 and about 200, because they were just literally, it's like every other pope. There's like 15 popes that just got crucified. So it'd be easy, but they did get off a little easier than Pope Clement the First. He was thrown into the sea with an anchor around his neck.
Yes, I saw that one. I saw that one. There has been, now there was some pushback, and people said they thought they saw his body at the land, but the most common story is that he got thrown off the boat with an anchor around him.
That's hilarious to be like, all right, Pope, we're done. We're done hearing you talk about church stuff. Get on the boat. Pope Pontian, he got condemned to mines in Sardinia, which I think now Sardinia is a pretty nice island.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty nice area. Yeah, at the time.
Yeah,
it was a shithole.
but when you're condemned to mines, not too great. Well, anyways, good for him. That's a fun way. Pope Fabian, awesome name.
Yes.
He was elected in 236, and then they crucified him, and then they cut his head off. Oh man. Then you have 15 more guys getting martyred.
Yeah.
One guy was starved to death.
Yes.
Pope John the One. That's fun. A couple of popes got exiled. That sucks. And then you have a bunch of murdered popes, because pope murder was, just really fun. Apparently.
Very common.
Yeah, you have these guys getting starved. A couple got smothered by pillows, which is a classic way to take an old man out.
Yeah.
A lot of strangulations. Couple clubbings, beating with a club. And then one pope was murdered by the jealous ex-husband of a woman with who he was sleeping with, John the 12th.
Yes.
So pretty chill pope, it sounds like. Get murdered by your lover's husband.
So in like a 100-year span, there is 6 or 7 popes that get murdered.
Yeah. And then
between 872 and 984. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 popes got murdered.
Yeah, you just go out there and murder the pope if you don't like what they're doing.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Good for those guys.
Yeah, there's a period of time you just don't want to be pope. There's a lot of the time. Now you kind of think pope, hey, big time. Everybody knows the pope. Everyone knows the pope. And there was time the pope was basically ruling Rome. So you would think, hey, this guy's good. But the problem is everybody wants that power.
Yeah.
So you're going to die. Anyway, I'll get a little bit into pope history.
Blood alone moves the wheels of history. Have you ever asked yourselves in an hour of meditation, which everyone finds during the day, how long we have been striving for greatness?
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
America is the richest, most powerful nation on earth. If America was a woman, America would be a big titty woman. And everybody loves a big titty woman.
In less than an hour, aircraft from here will join others from around the world. And you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chubsitory.
Please clap.
Okay. 265 popes, like I said. First pope, St. Peter. You already mentioned all that kind of stuff.
Upside down crucifixion.
Here's a little, how about here's number popes where they're from. 216 of the 265 are from Italy. No shock.
Oh my God. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Here, did you know this, Steed? There have been 3 popes from Africa.
Wow.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
That's because you're a racist.
Okay. Well,
here's a little biased part of this, Steed. This is part of the Roman Empire, Africa. Technically, it was Africa.
Oh my God.
White.
Okay.
These guys were all white.
So you're a racist.
496 was the last time there was an African pope. But these guys were
like
born
the year 400. Oh,
yeah.
so they're just like in Constantinople or some shit.
No,
is that in Europe?
They were in the continent of Africa. They were just at the time it was ruled by the Roman Empire, so probably northern Africa. And they were white guys. 2 from Asia. Did you know that?
No, but I'm assuming it was just really close to
similar thing. It's Turkey. 2 guys are from Turkey. 705, technically Asia. And then 1 guy was from Syria. 741.
Okay, that's pretty close still.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it all depends on how you look at it. Anyway, those are the popes. Here's the pope names. You want to know some pope name stuff here?
Yeah.
So Leo will be the 14th pope.
They pick their own name.
They pick their own name, and really, there's not a steadfast rule, which I kind of thought there was. But the reality is that it kind of has to be. It has to have a religious meaning. Is what they're hoping. Like it's religious theme type of thing, right?
So Pope Jesus should be much
you
more.
You would think there'd be more Pope Jesus. So Leo's the 14th. The pope that just got elected. Leo the First met Attila the Hun and turned him away from attacking Rome, and that's why he picked Leo.
Wow. That's what new guy did.
That's yes.
Wow.
So he based it on Leo 1, but what about all the 12 Leos in between?
Yeah, there was some other Leos.
There's probably some bad Leos. The name that has been picked the most is John, 23 times. There's been 23 Pope John.
Get creative.
Pope Benedict has been 16 times. Gregory's been 16 times. Clement 14 times. And then Leo is the next. And then here's one fun one that's been a lot. Innocent. Pope Innocent has been 13 times.
Hey, don't crucify me upside down.
I'm innocent, baby. I'm innocent.
Look at the name.
Some names that I liked. There's been a lot of names that have only been once, including Francis, who was just Pope.
Wow. But I thought that would be up there.
You would think that as well. Best name, Lando. Star Wars reference.
No way.
May 4th, there was a Pope Lando. And then there was a Pope Zosimus. Zosimus. Zosimus.
I'm Pope Zosimus.
It sounds like a Zeus type. It sounds powerful.
Yeah, I like Pope Zosimus. I can tell he was chill.
He was very chill from that. But okay, those are. That's some of my more history stuff. I got some pretty crazy Pope stories next, but I'll let you get to some Pope stuff here, Steve.
Okay, let's get into Pope, new Pope guy.
New Pope.
Pope Leo. So, as you know, he's a Chicago. He eats hot dogs 6 times a day. He wakes up, has 2 dogs. Then he actually skips lunch and goes straight to 4 dogs for dinner.
Yes.
His dessert is
deep dish.
It's deep dish pizza. And that's on record. He went to Villanova, so any Villanova alumni out there, this was Pope. Then he was like, you know what? Chicago sucks. I'm going to Peru for like 13 years or 20 years or some shit. So he was doing pre-Pope stuff in Peru. He then, he was a cardinal and he lived in Rome, and he was overseeing like electing new cardinals. So, maybe a little give and take happened behind closed doors. I'll give you cardinal, you give me Pope. When
could be.
This old bag dies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this kind of fits in. You think he was named after this one, but there's a conspiracy theory out there that Trump money made the new Pope the Pope.
That Trump paid somebody to get him to be Pope?
Stay with me here. So Pope Leo X, who was from 1489, he was a member of the Medici family in Florence. And if you've looked at any old world Knights of the Templar conspiracies, Medici family, super rich banking family in Florence, Italy. Okay. This Pope was doing the indulgences, so basically pay me money and you can go to heaven.
Yes. That's a classic crappy Pope thing. Yes.
Mm-hmm. He was one of the last few guys to do that. They reconstructed the basilica though with that money. So
St. Peter's Basilica, really nice place. Yes.
Yeah. So you can thank the old Leo Pope for that. So that's, I think he was named after that. Then J.D. Vance happens to visit old Pope Francis, mere days before his death.
Yep.
Hours.
I think it was hours. Yeah, hours. Yes.
J.D. Vance goes in, maybe smothers it. We don't know what J.D. Vance was doing.
A lot of popes have been smothered.
Mm-hmm. He probably smothered him, maybe upside down, crucified him. Anyways, so he's doing that thing where he's giving the new cardinals their hours. Then some guy Cipriani, he was an old cardinal, and the last pope banned him from wearing his cardinal robes because he allegedly, so he sexually abused a minor in 1983, and new pope was like, you can't wear your robes anymore. Okay. I don't know why the punishment wasn't more harsh, but he just wasn't allowed to wear his robes.
Yeah.
So then at the old pope's funeral, he shows up dressed in his robes. He's like, you dead, bitch. I'm fucking wearing my robes if I want. I don't give a shit.
God.
Yeah. So, a lot of sketchy stuff coming along this pope. So then, let's see, what did the Trumps do? MAGAs apparently were lobbying. These MAGA guys, they were lobbying to pick the right pope. They're giving gifts to the Vatican. They're doing all this stuff, trying to get their man pope elected. That's one of the conspiracies. That's the left's conspiracy.
Wait, what does this have to do with the family, with the rich family?
It just goes back.
Okay.
You can connect the dots how you want, but I'm just laying out the dots. Okay. So then, that's what the left thinks. They're like, Trump picked him up. They paid him off. The right thinks, this is a tweet from one of Trump's advisors. They said, his name is Robert Provost. He's the first American Pope. He is anti-Trump, anti-MAGA, pro-open borders, a total Marxist like Pope Francis. Catholics don't have anything good to look forward to. Just another Marxist puppet in the Vatican. That's one of Trump's advisors tweeting that. Somebody else tweeted, a new woke Pope, BLM, kids in cages, suicidal empathy, American who mostly posts in Espanol. This is the guy that lived in Peru for 20 years. So he probably posts in Spanish. So, basically everyone hates the new Pope.
Oh, perfect. The left thinks he's a Trump puppet. The right thinks he's a Marxist puppet.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So everyone hates him, including, kids, because let's see, where was he? When he was in Chicago, was this in Chicago? No, he was in Texas. He was a preacher. Some local kid was abused by some teachers at school. So he goes to the church, looking for help, to be promptly abused by a priest at the church. Then old Pope Leo just covers it up, downplays it, doesn't get the guys in any trouble. Classic Pope stuff. Just ignored it. He does it again in Peru. Actually, like multiple times in Peru, where he's just downplaying it so his Pope buddies don't get in any trouble. And he was already on like a watch list for like this stuff. But now, some people are happy because it'll be brought up more and it'll be talked about more.
Oh, like now we'll bring that issue to light and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Interesting. Yeah, if anybody watched that Covenant movie, it was very good. It was nominated recently. Steve, you might actually like this if Pope stuff. But it typically, like, it was interesting timing that this movie came out and then the Pope dies a couple months later. But
Oh,
it's actually a well done story about them picking a new pope and like the kind of controversies and stuff. It sounds not interesting, but it's a very well done movie. In
okay.
that they basically just talk about how a lot of the guys just have some, hidden past. You got to like, all
Oh
right,
my God.
is that guy fine? Yeah, but all right, well, what about this
It seems
illegitimate
like it's like who has
child
the
or this?
least
Exactly.
right
And
now.
yeah, yeah. And Catholic Church doesn't have a great history with a lot of things, but
Basically everything. Yeah.
yeah, that's accurate. All right, so this guy, here's what we do. We like him from Chicago. He's got a little bit of a
Yeah, I like
past.
that he eats hot dogs. I'll give him that.
We like the Chicago thing. We'll give him a chance to be Pope, and let's give him a shot. Give him a fair shot.
I'm
I
gonna
like
give
the
him a shot.
American in there. I'm curious to see what he can do. Let's see it.
Yeah, I hope he like wears a cowboy hat and shit.
Cowboy,
he's-
he's from Chicago.
Yeah, but America. The other countries don't know. They don't
You're
know
right,
where
you're right.
Chicago is.
Everybody wears a cowboy hat according to other countries.
Yeah.
All right, I get some pretty crazy Pope stories here, Steed.
Okay.
But first, in case you're thirsty, 50% off any new Vita Coco order. If you're a new customer, JRAD Z50, capital JRAD Z50, 50%
Wow.
off for new customers, Vita Coco.
And I thought it was only 30%, Jared. What happened?
What happened? We got a better deal, 50%.
You renegotiated your deal
JRAD
for
Z,
the
we
viewers?
negotiated the deal. I
Wow.
got some of the money from the Italian banking family, and we renegotiated the deal.
The Medicis.
The Medicis. Okay, here we go. Steve, do you know about the trial of Pope Formosus? Did you hear this
Wow.
story?
That's a cool name. No,
Yes,
but I have
this
not.
story is insane. Okay, so 897. 897. Again, this is in
Is
that
this wait,
spring
is
of
this the
just-
one that they dug up?
Yes.
Oh
So
my God. Yeah.
this story is insane, guys. This is wild. Okay, 897. Pope Stephen the Sixth. He puts Pope Formus on trial. Formosus on trial.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that Pope Formosus had been dead for a few months.
Yeah.
So the current pope puts the former pope on trial. That pope is dead. They undug his grave, re-put him in robes, propped him up on a trial stand, and even gave him a deacon to like defend him in court. This
Like
dead
a
person.
lawyer.
Like a lawyer, literally did this. So the whole trial is going on. It's very. I'll get to kind of why we think the Pope did this. It's not 100% clear. In the middle of this trial, an earthquake even happens, apparently, according to the.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And
God's
people are
pissed.
like, "This is a sign," and Pope Stephen's
Put
like,
this guy back.
"Ignore it, ignore it, ignore it. Keep going." Poor old Pope Formosus. He tried his best, but he was found guilty on all counts.
Oh man.
All of his acts as Pope were declared null and void.
Wow.
By Pope Stephen VI. So all his consecrations, appointments, anybody who ordained, it was all undone.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're like, "Hey, Pope Formosus, you're a piece of shit. You're a bad guy."
Yeah.
So they took off the clothes they had given to him, his dead body, keep in mind. They chopped off the 3 fingers that he would use to bless people.
Okay, yeah.
And then they threw his body in the Tiber River.
Oh my God.
Just like this guy's a piece of trash. Later on, a fisherman actually found his body. If the guy's just fishing, find the former Pope body, actually ends up later returning to the St. Peter's Basilica.
He brought it back?
Yes.
Oh, I would have sold that thing.
I
would have been like, I would have kept him like, "Hey guys, want to see something cool?"
This is passed
like,
down
to my
generation to
friends.
generation.
Yeah, I got the Pope's body here, dude.
So this is in that string of bad time to be a Pope. So Pope Stephen, he ends up getting a few months later, gets imprisoned and strangled to death.
Yeah, I mean, probably deserved.
Yes. Then his successor Romanus lasted only 92 days.
Oh my God.
Then Romanus' successor Theodore II lasted less than 3 weeks.
We're just knocking down popes left and right.
Just popes are just going down. So people are thinking that Pope Stephen VI didn't like Formosus, and basically, if you die as a pope, when you die as pope, your body, your bones and stuff can be used as relics.
Yeah.
But if you are like, basically, what they think Stephen was trying to do is make him so that he couldn't be used as any relics. Like that, he hated the guy that much that he's like, "I want your body to be desecrated so that you can't even be used as
oh my God,
relics and things." There is speaking of relics, there is a church, the church my grandma goes to in the Chicago suburbs. the priest there is so obsessed with relics. You sit inside the church there, and it is surrounded by bones and stuff.
Whoa!
And it's a little bit, it's like interesting history thing, but it's a little bit like we got
What
bones
the hell is
everywhere,
going on?
Yeah,
here?
yeah. So it's a
what does
little
this
bit
have
much.
to do with the Bible?
Okay, I got a few other ones if you're fine with these, dude.
Okay.
Okay. There was a time between 904 and 964. They called it the papal pornocry.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's
what I thought they did in
Pornacry.
I thought they did a little pornocry when they do their little Pope meeting to elect a new one. They're like, no phones, guys, no phones. And they have a big old orgy.
There was an alleged time where, there's nothing's like 100% confirmed, set in stone. This is just what historians kind of think what happened. That there was a group of powerful women that they referred to as harlots. And that they were basically like they were the masterminds and they were the popes for the puppets during this
they're pulling the strings
60-year period. So it all started. So it was actually right after Pope Formosus with that Pope Stephen VI that we just talked about.
Oh my God.
There was two women, a mother named Theodora and a daughter named Marozia. So Marozia, this kind of started like Theodora, her mom was like married to some high up guy in Rome. Her dad was a high up guy in Rome. Marozia became a concubine to 45-year-old Pope Saragossel.
How come they could have concubines back then?
Well, these are all because there's no cameras.
I'd be the Pope if I could have a concubine.
Yeah. So here's the problem, Steed. He was 45, she was 15, which at the time wasn't as big a deal, but this is obviously problematic.
I feel like it was. I feel like
this is probably bad.
I feel like that's rewriting history where people are like, "Oh, back in the day, it was fine."
Yeah, you're right. I
feel like it was.
You're right. Even then, that was probably frowned upon.
That's what everyone always. That's what I'm saying.
Well, people just got married at like 15 back then, so that's
to like a 17-year-old.
Yeah, you're right. Not to 40. Okay. So anyway, she had a son. People think it was with, he claimed it wasn't. People think that the son that was of this guy. Her son became Pope John the 11th.
Whoa, in the family.
And it is alleged that she had Pope John the 10th killed. Pope John the 10th was nominated into office by her dad.
Wow.
So then
she's pulling the strings. Yeah.
Yes. So then, in this run of between her and her mom, then her grandson, Pope was Pope John the 12th.
A lot of Johns in the family.
So her son and grandson were both popes.
Wow.
And the last one died, Pope John the 12th died in 964.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Okay. Then a quick two other little quick ones here. Pope Benedict the Ninth, Steve. He was the one I talked about, was Pope 3 times.
Okay, yeah.
For 8 years, 1032 to 1044, and 2 months in 1045, and then from 1047 to 1048.
They kick him out?
So one of the times he kind of got kicked out, he was the nephew of 2 previous popes, Benedict the 8th and John the 19th. So everybody was popes just used to be in the family back then. You're like,
yeah. Well, the Vatican City is small. Assume everyone there's related.
Yeah, good point. So one of the times that he left, he actually sold the papacy to his godfather.
He sold it.
He sold it. It's like, you want to be Pope Godfather? Go ahead, pay for it.
Yeah.
And then later on, he's like, kind of regretted it or whatever. He went back and got it back. Yeah, so that was Pope Benedict the 16th. People were saying he was one of the worst popes. Pope Benedict.
It seems like it. It seems why they take him back. Maybe you take him back one time, but then after
2 times, yeah,
you gotta be like, bro, we're getting a new pope. There's got to be
one of the times he literally just sells it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the last one, quick one I had. There's alleged that the Pope Sixtus the Fourth, he's like in 1471. Apparently had 6 illegitimate children. So that's the Pope they think had the most children.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I wonder if any of them became Pope.
Good question. It was all illegitimate, so hard to know.
Woo! It's electric in the air! Yeah!
The naming thing was very interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like why the popes take their name.
Yeah.
So the first pope to take a different name was Mayor Mercurius. He was elected in 532.
Yep.
And he was like, son of a bitch, there's already a Mercurius, 3rd century Christian martyr with the same name. So he's like, fuck it, I'll be Pope John II. And I'm like,
oh, that's why he did that. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, I'll just take the name of another different guy because I'm the second. So you're
makes
like,
no
you're
sense. Why
it
wouldn't
makes
he just
no
be-
sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, I don't want the same name as this guy, so I'll take the same name as this guy. And then all the other popes were like, "Wow, that's a good idea. That's a great idea."
Yep.
So yeah, he took that.
Since 1555, every pope's picked a new name.
Yeah, the last pope to keep his name, Pope Marcellus II. He was Marcello Cervini degli Spanocchi. That was his real name. Crazy that he didn't just go with John, because I can't imagine the poor guys who had to write down his name.
I know, some of these names are insane.
Yeah, that would have been horrible. Let's see. Are there any other fun pope facts? Oh, the last time. So to be in the running to be a pope, you don't have to have a cardinal. All you have to do is be unmarried and baptized, and then you can become the pope. That is the only standard.
Interesting.
So you can't be a pope.
No.
I can be a pope.
Yeah.
Because I'm unmarried and I was baptized.
My son can be a pope.
Your son can be a pope.
He's baptized and he's unmarried.
Yep, there's no age requirement.
See, there you go.
They do want you to be like old because they don't want one man in power for too long.
Okay.
Yeah. And the last non-cardinal to become a pope was in 1378.
Wow, it's been that long.
It's been that long.
Oh my god. Okay.
Guess who it was? The last non-priest to become a pope. Guess who it was? Get ready for this.
Yeah.
Cardinal Giovanni de Lorenzo de Medici. It all comes back around to the Medici.
Wait, but you said not a cardinal. You just said Cardinal de Medici.
I think they gave him that name later.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. He was the last, just normal guy.
No, not a.
It was a Medici. Yeah, he's just a rich guy.
Yes. My final parting thing is basically, if you're Pope, you're going to probably die as Pope. There's only been 5 times before the 2000s that a Pope resigned. That wasn't kicked out or killed or died.
Yeah, the question is just how long will he last?
Yeah, that's the real question. But usually it's a life sentence, you're Pope. So, all right. Well, perfect. That's all the stuff about the Pope. I don't know.
We'll give him a shot. If he eats a hot dog, I want to see him on the balcony and with the crowd. And they're all like,
in one hand, hot dog in the other hand.
The Pope, yeah, and then he just eats a hot dog up there.
Yeah,
and everyone in Europe is like, we love America.
We'll get Patrick Bertoletti. He'll bring in 2024 Nathan's hot dog eating champion. He's going to bring him in. He's
smashing dogs at the
He's going to make Patrick a cardinal.
Oh, he deserves it.
I agree. All right, people. New episodes like once a week. I'm going to once a week. They're not coming every Thursday anymore. They're coming out once a week. Whatever.
It's Thursday right now.
It's Thursday right now. We're recording now. But that's why see if we had done this 2 days ago, we wouldn't have had the Pope information.
No, this would have been everyone would have been pissed.
Yeah. So,
but now we're like the first podcast to talk about the Pope.
That's true. But share the episodes with a friend if you enjoy the show. Check it out on YouTube. Rate us on whatever you're listening to. But yeah, most importantly, share the show. If you enjoy it, share the show. It helps us get the good word out, the good Pope word out.
Oh, yeah.
Go Pope. All right. The
Go
show
Pope.
has ended. Be gone.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.